let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness.
Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new, thanks for stopping in. My name is Jessica. I'm a mother of 4, and on my channel, I do a lot of cleaning motivation. I'm slowly starting home update projects, all because if you don't know, we moved in this house about a year ago, and so there's lots of little things that we're wanting to update and do around the house. But since we moved in at the end of summer, it started getting bad weather, and we live in Oregon and it's always unpredictable. So, this is the year and summer that we can finally start on home projects. Eventually, I want to get like a front door, but have you guys looked at those? They're like $600 for a door. I couldn't believe it. I know there's like super cheaper ones and all of that, but I want a door that's gonna like have a deadbolt and a handle lock. Like, I don't like to mess around. I like my home safe and secure. So hopefully I'll be able to do that eventually, but I'll most likely end up looking on either like Facebook Marketplace, or they have the Habitat for Humanity a couple towns over. And so there's lots of different options that I've been looking at. I just can't afford them yet. So for this year, we're just gonna focus on putting the gate up that we already have and a little fence on the other side of the house. Our older dog, the lab mix, she does great. She stays by our side. She listens to us. There's no issues whatsoever. But the little healer definitely does not. If she gets outside, she's darting off and taking off. And so we want the backyard closed off so that way she can have an area to just run and hopefully not destroy my garden. But I'm going to look for like a little mini garden fence to get that area blocked off so she doesn't go in there. Although she is a healer and she can jump really high. She can jump the whole scale of our sliding glass door, which is at least 5 feet, if not a little bit taller. Well, it's got to be taller because I'm 5'5", so it's probably a 6-foot door. But she can jump and her nose hits the top of the door frame. So I don't know exactly how we're going to do that. If you have healers, let me know down below how you get them to not jump over fences and stuff, because that's my really big worry. I don't want her to try to jump over the neighbor's fence and get to their dogs, because they communicate all the time back and forth. It's actually pretty cute, but really annoying all at the same time. But that way she has an area that she can run and just let all of her energy out. We want to try to make an area, because we do have an outside cat that she keeps trying to get to. She'll learn eventually, because our cat will attack her if she tries to get close. But at the moment, she's very intrigued and wants to be all up in her business nonstop. So we got to make a little safety area for her. But for the most part, I think it'll work out great. In this video, so it was on a Thursday. My husband was at work and the kids were in school. The next day, Friday, they had the day off. So I wanted to get as much done as I possibly could with them in school. And then I also wanted to enjoy the sunshine because it was 80 degrees and Oregon it hasn't made up its mind whether it's going to rain or sunshine yet. So when it's sunny out, I want to be outside. I don't want to be in the house. I want to do yard work. I want to do anything that I possibly can, even if it's just sitting outside and enjoying it. So on this day, the dogs were outside barking up a storm and all of that. So I just grabbed a shovel and started pulling weeds out of the garden. The garden is doing okay. The zucchinis are to the left of the garden, and those ones are growing fantastic. And then next to that, in the bigger black pot is jalapenos, and we have one little tiny jalapeno plant in front of it. So I'm hoping that those will start growing and producing here at some point. And then we have the corn next to that, which I'm not really getting my hopes up on corn, but the girls got free seeds from the library, and so they wanted to plant it, so Mama made it happen. Actually, Dad did the first part and started them in a smaller container, and then I put them in the ground. But then we have, let's see, what is next? Oh, in the smaller black pot is bell peppers. I don't know what kind, but they're bell peppers. And then we have the cucumber that's to the right bottom. And then off of screen is the tomato plants, which are teeny tiny little baby ones, but hopefully they'll grow bigger and produce later on. I know we probably won't get any, like a major amount, but I just want to have the enjoyment of being able to grow our own food, and this year is a learning process. So it works out, just trying to figure out what exactly I want to do for next year and all of that. I think we're going to actually use this garden area and put a chicken coop on it, and then we'll move the garden to back behind me, since that side of the yard gets a little bit more sun than this one. The neighbor has a tree. You can see the side that grew through onto our side on the back fence. I cut as much as I possibly could down because I was going to take the tree down, but it's the neighbor's tree. And since it shades our garden, it's not a very good area, but my husband did so well on surprising me with it. I'm still using it. And then next year we'll get chickens and gate off this whole area so that way the dogs stay out. But I think it'll all work out in the long run. It's just going to take some time and planning and all of that, but I definitely wanted to be outside and enjoy the sunshine. Let me know how the weather is where you're at, because I've been seeing on the news and stuff that the weather is just going crazy. So it's kind of intriguing to see how the weather is where you guys are, because Oregon, it was rainy last weekend, but now it's sunny, and then it's supposed to rain again next week. So I don't know. It's a little confusing and disappointing. I'm ready for sunshine every day, all day. Bring it on. Let me be outside and just do little projects or hang out with my family or just something, because it's definitely one of my favorite times a year. I'm definitely an Oregon person because I like all of the different weathers. And by the time one is just about over, I'm already ready for the next one. Because wintertime I love for the holidays and stuff and the cooler weather and the baking. But then I'm ready for that to hurry up and be done by the time New Year's comes around, so that way we could get into spring, but then spring is super rainy here, and then I'm all about summer until it starts getting too hot, and then I don't like it anymore, and then I want it to cool off and go into fall and have the cooler weather and football. I love football. So I don't know. I definitely need to stay in Oregon just because I like all of the weathers. Although we don't get the snow that I would like to get, but it still works out just fine. So here I was noticing that our yard has the bigger, I don't even know. I know that they're weeds, but they have little pokies on them, like on the leaves. But either way, we had them lining the side of the porch, and so I wanted to, well, patio, whatever you want to call it, but I wanted to get those ones up, and then I grabbed a couple out of the middle of the yard also. I didn't record all of it because it took me a little bit longer, but I want to get some lawn weed and feed stuff, and that way when it starts raining next week, we can sprinkle that out and have the rain get it all into the grass and all of that. So if you have ideas that is pet friendly, let me know down below. I'm kind of worried about our little dog going out there and starting to eat it, but either way, we'll figure it out. I just am so excited to have green grass that I want to keep it going. I watered it last night, well, the half that I'm on, and then I need to just water all of it tonight because today's supposed to be 85 degrees and I'm so excited. It is Friday and my husband comes home tonight and then I go back to work tomorrow. So that's kind of a sad thing, but I only work a couple more weekends and then I will be working Monday through Wednesday, 12-hour days. And so it'll be a great change for us to be able to have the weekends back. The only thing that is going to be a little bit rough is getting my body to work from 6 in the morning to 6 at night, 3 days a week. So that'll definitely be a little bit of a struggle at first, but really it's going to be worth it so much just to be able to have my family time back, especially since the kids are almost on summer break and then we can hang out and do whatever we want. But let me know if you guys have any plans or vacations coming up that you're planning for the summer. This summer, I think we're just going to keep it low key, do a couple things around where we're at, go to the beach and do a couple other little day trip type of things. We do want to go camping a couple times, but I don't exactly have them planned out yet. And so that's something that I'll have to do. But here I wanted to get this laundry room straightened up because there was fur all over the floor. Those aprons I don't really ever use. And so I wanted to fold them up and put them up in the cabinet and then just sweep and mop to get rid of all of the dog slobber, since this is where they eat, and their fur and the cat's fur and everything. It just needed a complete overhaul refresh. But let me know what some of the vacations are that you have planned.
Friday night, yeah, I'm going out to forget how he did me wrong. Triple crowns packed, but I'm alright, gonna let myself let go. I didn't live up to his standards, but he didn't come close to mine. I was too much for him to handle. Yeah, right. I wasn't his kind of a woman, didn't fit into his mold, but I don't need his approval, so he can't mind his own. I'm blessed like that, 'cause I feel good in my skin. I don't need a man to tell me I'm the shit. Thank God that it's over. for him to handle.
Well, of course he couldn't handle me, because he's a loser.
Yeah, alright. Boom.
I wasn't his kind of a woman. Didn't fit into his mold, but I don't need his approval, so he can't mind his own. I'm blessed like that, 'cause I feel good in my skin. I don't need a man to tell me I'm the shit. Thank God that it's over, 'cause all I need to be is my kind of woman. 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 My kind of woman.
On this day, I wanted to go ahead and wipe down the laundry room really well. This is where we feed the dogs and the cats have their food up on the counter and stuff. So there's constantly dog fur. We've been using this side door a little bit more. That way the dog doesn't jump on us as soon as we come in. But there was just a lot of dog hair clumps everywhere just from them being in this area. And I honestly neglect this area quite a bit, which I know I shouldn't, especially since my room is off of it. But I just really don't. I focus on the rest of my house, which isn't very good, but it's all right. It's just doing a little bit of something every single day, and that way it's tidied up. I'm okay with that. But then as soon as I swept up all the hair, I started seeing all of the old drool marks and dirt circles and everything else. So I wanted to bring out my vacuum mop. I really need to use my O-Cedar mop, but I have been so lazy lately, and on this day I still wasn't feeling well, but I wanted to make sure to get a good chunk of stuff done. And so I managed to get this straightened up and then just do a couple little other things around the house. If you are new here, my husband is gone 2 days a week. Well, not quite 2 days, but close enough to 2 days a week for work. And it's a live-in job, so he cares for people, and he's gone for 2 days. And so when he's gone, then that's when I do a lot of my deep cleaning and filming and voiceovers and all of that type of stuff. And now that the kids are in school, it's way easier for me to get it done. But this summer when they're home, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but they do thankfully respect the fact that I do YouTube. The girls are actually really excited about it still. The boys, they could care less because they're older and they know, oh, it's mom's hobby. Just let her get her stuff done. And so they'll let me go into my room and close the door and do the voiceovers and all of that other stuff. But you will see them pop in and out every once in a while because I can't always cut them out of the footage. But they definitely, the boys don't want to be in the videos. The girls want to, but there's only things that I will let them be in the video on. The girls want to help me a lot more this summer, so they'll probably be in a lot more of my videos, but if I can stop it, then I will, just because there's so much stuff out there on the internet and everything else. And I let my kids watch YouTube, but for the most part, it's in the living room where I can hear what the video is, because I don't want them clicking on bad videos because who knows what it could actually be. Or if they do watch it in their room, then I try to go and check on them every once in a while. My older daughter likes to pick some more adult type of YouTubes, which isn't bad because most of it's like doing makeup or playing video games or something like that, but still, I'm very cautious of it. So this is an overview of my youngest daughter's room. She has been bugging me to rearrange her room for quite a while, ever since I did my other daughter's room. And so I figured this day was the day, because she had asked me before she went to school, and then when she got home from school, she didn't really want to do it, but I was already prepared to do it. And honestly, with the wood floors, it's so easy to move their stuff around, thankfully, because I have so many little totes and storage containers and stuff like that I have their stuff in, that it actually doesn't take too long. The longest part was going through the stuff on her desk, just because she crams all of her papers in her drawer and everything goes in there and all of that. So I did eventually end up going through it all. She did great at the coloring pages and all of that. She recycled most of them. There were a few that she wanted to keep, but I put it with her keepsake papers that she keeps on her bookshelf. And so for the most part, she does pretty well. My kids are like me. They like to rearrange. They like to clean sometimes, not as much as me, but they like change. My husband, not so much, just because then he has to find out where everything is again. And so he's come to the realization that when he's gone, that's when I normally switch stuff around and clean it and do all of that, or organize and declutter. And then so far I've done pretty well and haven't gotten rid of anything that he needed per se. But when I do get rid of stuff, I also send him a photo and double check with him, just in case there is something that I'm about ready to get rid of that he wants to keep. But for the most part, it's just like my old decor and stuff that I don't use anymore. Then I just put it in a donate pile and then usually take it down to a secondhand store here in town or Goodwill, just because our town is small and I'm not driving to a whole nother town to get rid of stuff that I don't want in my house anymore. If I don't want it, it needs to go away, so that way I don't change my mind on it. I have done that multiple times, and then it just sits in a closet and I don't use it. I actually just looked in the closet today, and after decluttering a couple videos ago, there was still a couple decor pieces that I still hadn't even used. So I pulled them out of the closet today, and they're in my donation bag because I just want them out of the house. If I'm not going to use them right then, and it's colored stuff, like one of them was yellow and one was like a bluish color. If it's not a more neutral color, then I'm probably not going to keep it, because it's not going to really match anything that I have. And so I'm kind of trying to get better about noticing things like that. Yes, I could repurpose it and paint it and stuff like that, but even the fake plant part that was in it, it wasn't my style because of the colors and stuff. So I just put it in a donate bag and it's ready to get donated. But let me know down below how you guys decide what to get rid of and what to keep. Do you keep things to use later on that you think that you might use and you just don't want to get rid of it? Or because like my mom and my sister are currently in the moving stage, which I'm super excited for them. And my sister's been getting rid of a whole bunch of stuff, and kudos to her because there's lots of stuff over there. The house was a little bit smaller for a whole bunch of people. So I understand it was going to be cluttered. And now the house that they're getting is even bigger. And I'm so excited for them because my mom will have her own area. My sister and the kids will have their own area. And it's going to work out great. I just don't know, because my mom is more of a sentimental type of person. Like, she puts a sentiment on anything and everything because it was this person's or whatever. So it's a little bit more difficult for us to deal with my mom's stuff. And I love my mom dearly. I get it. She wants to keep her stuff. They're her things. I understand that. But are you like that? Or are you more of a, it's cool, but let's just get rid of it so that way we don't have clutter type of stuff? Because that's more me. And it's kind of crazy seeing how other people are, but it's intriguing because I can see how people can get more sentimental and all of that stuff too. But let me know down below what you guys are like.
You say it's special, one of a kind, one of the better boys. I'm on your level, that's what you say, but all I hear is noise. I don't have time for trying my luck. I've been too hurt before. You're not that special, just give it up. I think I've had enough. I'm too busy loving my friends. I ain't got no love to spare for you. I'ma be that girl to the end. It don't really matter what you do. Guess I have to tell you again, 'cause you haven't got the news. Boy, you really need to understand that I don't wanna be your girlfriend, girlfriend. No, I don't wanna be your girlfriend, girlfriend. All I want is time with my girlfriend's girlfriend. So I don't wanna be your girlfriend, girlfriend. I know you want me, boy, I can tell. So deep under my spell. Sorry, not sorry that I'm no help, 'cause I'm full of myself. Boy, don't you worry, you'll find someone who wants you back, but that is not me. So give it up, haven't you had enough? I'm too busy loving my friends. I ain't got no love to spare for you. I'ma be that girl to the end. It don't really matter what you do. Guess I have to tell you again, 'cause you haven't got the news. Boy, you really need to understand that I don't wanna be your girlfriend, girlfriend. No, I don't wanna be your girlfriend, girlfriend. All I want is time with my girlfriend's girlfriend. So I don't wanna be your girlfriend, girlfriend. No, 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 no. Girlfriend, girlfriend. No, 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 no. Girlfriend, girlfriend. No, 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 no. Girlfriend's girlfriend. So I don't wanna be your girlfriend, girlfriend. No, 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 no. I don't really have time for you, boy. I don't wanna hear anything more. Boy, you really need to understand that I'm not your girlfriend. I just wanna be.
So I just wanted to jump on before this video ends and tell you thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I know this wasn't a really big do multiple things type of video, but I wanted to just show you what I did with my daughter's room. I do end up doing a little overview here in a second, and that way you can see how it ends up looking, and she was so excited. So I do appreciate you being here and watching that. I did end up making a few other little changes. This room took way longer than was expected, but in the end, she was happy. It was cleaned, wiped down, all of that. So thank you for being here. Please comment down below some sort of flower for sunshine, summertime, and all of that. But I hope that you guys have a good week. And until next time, Bye, guys.